for having me in San Francisco. I have never read my poetry here. So it's really, really lovely to be here. Thank you for bringing me. View. 1. Walking, 1963, after the painting by Charles Alston. You tell me knees are important. You kiss your elders' knees in utmost reverence. The knees in this painting are what send the people forward. Once progress felt real and inevitable, as sure as the taste of licorice or lemons. The painting was made after marching in Birmingham, walking into a life both brilliant and unseen. 1968. The city burns. We have to stay at home. TV always interrupted with fire or helicopters. Men who have tweedled my cheeks once or twice joined the serial dead. Yesterday I went downtown with Mom. What a pretty little girl, said the tourists who were white. My shoes were patent leather, all shiny and black. My father is away saving the world for Negroes, I wanted to say. Mostly I go to school or watch television with my mother and brother, my father often gone. He makes the world a better place for Negroes. The year is 1968. 1971. Hey, blood, my father said then to the other brothers in the street. Hey, young blood, how you doing? Peace and power, he says, and keep on keeping on, just like Gladys Knight and the Pips. My stomach jumps a thrill. Sometimes poems remember small things like, hey, blood. My father still says that sometimes. The Sun King, 1974. James Hampton, the Sun King of Washington, D.C., erects a tin foil throne. Where there is no vision, people perish. Altar, pulpit, light bulbs. My 14th and you, my 34 bus, my weekday winos, my white-robed black Israelites on their red stone stoops. My graffiti, Anna the Leo as ice. My neon James Brown poster coming to the D.C. Coliseum where all I will see is the circus. My one visit to RKO Keith's Theater to see Car Wash, and a bird flew in and mania. Frantic black shadow on the screen. I was out of the house in a theater full of black folks. Black people, black movie, black bird. I was out, I was free. I was at RKO Keith's Theater at 14th and U, and it was not Car Wash. It was the first Richard Pryor concert movie. And a bird flew in the screen. And memory is romance. And race is romance. And the Sun King lives in Washington, D.C. Early cinema. According to Mr. Hedges, the custodian who called upon their parents after young Otwinner and young Julia were spotted at the matinee of Rudolph Valentino in The Chic at the segregated Knickerbocker Theater in the uncommon Washington, December of 1922, your young ladies were misrepresenting themselves today, meaning, of course, that they were passing. After coffee and no cake were finished and Mr. Hedges had buttoned his coat against the strange evening chill, choice words were had with Otwinner and Julia. Shame upon the family, shame upon the race. How they longed to see Rudolph Valentino, who was swarthy like a Negro, like the finest Negro man. In The Chic, they heard he was turbaned, whisked damsels away on a desert cloud. They'd heard this from Lucille and Ella, who'd put on their fine frocks and French, claiming to be of foreign extraction, to sneak into the Knickerbocker Theater, past the ushers who knew their parents but did not know them. They heard this from Mignon and Doris, who painted carmine bindis on their foreheads, braided their black hair tight down the back, and huffed, "We'll have to take this up with the embassy," to the squinting ticket taker. Winter and Julia were tired of Oscar Michaud, tired of church, tired of responsibility, rectitude, posture, roving, modulation, tired of homilies each way they turned, tired of colored right and wrong. They wanted to be whisked away. The morning after Mr. Hedges' visit, the paper boy cried extra, and Papa shrugged camel's hair topcoats over pressed pajamas, and Mama's read aloud at the breakfast table. No color kills when the roof caves in. At the Knickerbocker Theater, at the evening show, from a surface of snow on the roof, 100 others dead. It appeared that God had spoken. There was no school that day, no movies for months after. And that poem began with that actual newspaper headline from 1922 in the black newspaper. This freaky thing, that there would be so much snow on a roof in a Washington theater that it could cave in, but that one of the paradoxical byproducts of rigid